What would you do if I randomly complimented your shirt on the street? You'd probably smile, say thank you. I like the shirt. It's very, very nice. Yeah.
You know where is dosa, man? Dosa.
Where? Dosa.
Dosa.
Oh, there's dosas around?
Yeah.
No way. Where?
Kandasamy Tirukumaran is making dosa. It's very
Fresh?
famous.
It says right there.
Yeah.
It might be inside the park, actually.
Thank you.
I
thank
think.
you.
Wait, let me see.
I'm searching for him for last.
Oh, really?
Okay,
Very nice. Yeah.
meeting you.
Great meeting
I'm
you. Yeah.
Fish from
Vinny,
Washington,
Vinny.
DC. Yeah.
Vinny, great to meet you. Great to meet you. I love the outfit, especially this part. It's very unique. Yeah, it's cool. Damn, we are socializing like crazy, and this is completely just off the rip. I feel great. What would you do if I randomly complimented you? You'd probably smile, say thank you, and maybe we would actually start a full-blown conversation. Now, there's something in our brain that tricks us into believing that people don't want to talk to us. People don't want to socialize. And also, they'll react negatively to whatever we have to say.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No. I like the glasses, bro. They're clean. They're clean.
Puerto Rico.
Yes, sir. Oh, you're Puerto Rican. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But it's very clear through all these interactions that you've just seen in the past 2 seconds that people do want to socialize. People do want to talk to you. It's something that we're missing, especially as we use phones so much. Random convos make us human. They add energy, new thoughts, and life to our days. Fear of rejection used to scare me from socializing with strangers. To such an extent, my whole circle was the same exact people. College friends. There's nothing wrong with that, but if you got goals of expanding, of learning new things, of challenging your own thoughts, that can only be done if you're interacting with a bunch of different people, new perspectives, new ideas. This is what challenges our beliefs. This is how we grow. This is how we learn new things. The biggest thing is you grow and learn when you're challenged by things. And because I was in the same circles, because I was unable to interact with strangers, I wasn't challenged by new ideas. So my growth kind of stalled for a bit. But ever since I've been able to branch out, be receptive to new thoughts, learn more about the world, about life, about what's important, I've been able to branch out and learn so many things, and that's why building this skill is so important to your life. It's so important for you to grow. Social skills will open up new opportunities. It will open doors for you. In the past year, I've approached 10,000 strangers randomly, whether that be giving a compliment in passing and hopefully making someone's day, whether that be getting in a full-blown conversation, likely sparked by a compliment, or making a new friend and going on a side quest or adventure. I've been to studios, I've been to random stores just because I met someone and they took me there. And the purpose of this video is to hopefully educate and inspire you to start talking to strangers, along with understanding that people actually do want to socialize with you. I've learned 9 important things that will aid you and hopefully convince you to start approaching strangers, even if it's 1 or 2 a day. So let's get to number 2. You need to understand that social skills is a skill that you can actually get better at it. I think a lot of us have this assumption, hey, I'm introverted, I can't talk with other people. But I find that to be completely false. You can develop a skill to socialize with others. Over time, if you keep on doing it, you'll get better at it. It's a skill like anything else that if you put in the reps, you'll get better at over time. Let's compare it to basketball. If your goal is to be really good shooting threes, you're gonna have to put in a lot of reps. You know, Steph Curry be shooting hundreds of threes before a game for a reason. And similar to that, if your goal is to get really good with social skills, you gotta put in the reps. You gotta challenge yourself socially. I love both of your outfits.
Thank you.
But you're gonna have to challenge yourself socially, even if you feel discomfort. My biggest thing, if you're trying to build your social skills from nothing, is to start with very simple social greetings. Saying good morning, good afternoon. And then also giving compliments. You know, as I kind of start off this video, if I give a compliment, 9 times out of 10, someone's going to respond positively. And you're gonna realize the more compliments you give out, the more people you talk to, the more flow you'll be in, the more it will be easier to like socialize just like mentally, you know, it won't be as daunting and you'll be able to talk to more and more people. And this brings me to my next point is you will not wake up social, most likely. You know, even me who socializes so much, you know, I socialize so much. I wake up some days and I'm very, very socially anxious. You know, when I walked outside today, I was pretty socially anxious. Before this video, I actually talked to a guy on the bench. I was setting up the camera and he said, oh, what do you do? We got in a full conversation. And through that simple conversation, I feel like I have so much more flow. You know, I'm like ready to go. I feel like I can talk to anyone, I feel great and I feel like I'm on top of the world. Once you give in some like social reps, you'll feel way more comfortable socializing. You'll feel way better with what you're doing. So we are back. I ran into a friend, so we went on a little walk, but I'm back. I wanted to finish this video by the end of the day because I wanted to do this today. To point number 4, people are way more similar than you might think. Now, everyone has their own individual thing that makes you, you, that makes them, them. But whether someone is delivering Amazon, trying to be an aspiring artist, or some big business guy, whatever it might be, we each have dreams, we each have goals, we each have families, we each have hobbies, interests, things that we're passionate about. These are things that you can always ask about, you know? Ask someone, you know, what are your hobbies? What are you interested in? You'll start to realize that, you know, as humans, even though we might have different hobbies, we do have hobbies. You know, these are talking points. These are things that you can talk about, conversate about. My experience by talking with so many different types of people, we're much more similar, even if we have different backgrounds, even if we have different religions, even if we're different skin colors, we are much more similar to each other than not. You know, and I think a lot of times in social media and stuff makes it seem like everyone's super divided, but people are very similar to one another. You can have shared interests with anyone, you know, it can be the smallest thing. And this brings me to my next point number 5. Trying new things and having new hobbies will open up more doors socially for you. I am very interested in sports, whether that be football, basketball. I can talk Steph Curry, I can talk the Sixers, I can talk the Knicks. I can also talk Premier League if someone's wearing a jersey, which is pretty big in New York. A lot of people like repping their team. I can talk about that, and that can always spark a conversation. Having more hobbies, saying yes to different things, even if you might not be interested in it, will lead to more doors because you have more interest that you can connect on people with. I was in the park and there was a Pokemon Go Fest just randomly. I do not really follow Pokemon anymore. I think I stopped somewhere along the lines, but as a kid, I was a huge fan. And just being a fan as a kid, knowing Pikachu, knowing a couple Pokemon, I was able to conversate with people there. Having a lot of interest will open up way more doors socially, so be very open-minded. It will help you out. And this brings me to my 6th point. Being open and genuinely listening is such a big thing to conversate well. A lot of people want to talk, they have stories to tell, and being a person that will actually listen to what they're saying, but also understand that they might understand something way better than you do, right? And that's where you can really learn, and being a genuine listener, not coming in with any false assumptions because you haven't talked to someone from this background. Just coming in with the open book saying, hey, I'm gonna have this conversation with you and I'm gonna learn. And I actually wanna learn about your day. I was just in a conversation with an Amazon delivery guy, and he was talking about how this job is really difficult because in New York, you have to stop somewhere, like park, and then you gotta bring all the stuff in one go, like up the street or whatever. And that can be very challenging. And just understanding that made me realize, wow, that's a really difficult job. And I would never understood that unless I allowed him to speak and I was genuinely listening. Honestly, having a genuine interest in what someone is saying and allowing them to speak though, not coming in with any false assumptions like, oh, I know this, I know that. Like, that is so huge in socializing. It will make you a lot more connections. It will allow you to flow into way more conversations, just being open and ready to listen to what anyone is saying. They have their perspective for a reason. Everyone has a perspective for a reason, and you can always figure out why. Point number 7, this is an observation I made. Men do not receive too many compliments. Being a man can be very difficult for a number of reasons, and I think it's important understanding that men don't receive that many compliments, so it's very important for us to spread that positive light, that positive energy that can make someone's day, you know? The truth is that a compliment can change someone's whole energy. It can change someone's whole mood, I swear to God. You know, you give a compliment to someone, they're gonna remember that, you know, and it might make them smile, and for the rest of the day, they're gonna be happy. They're gonna go on their day with joy instead of whatever they might have been feeling, whatever insecurity they might be feeling. And that's why it's so important to give out as many compliments as possible. I love the shirt, brother.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, I appreciate that so much. That low-key just made my day, just a little, man. This brings me to my next point. Women do not receive enough genuine compliments where the man is not expecting anything in return. In my experience complimenting women actually do take compliments well. You just have to be very intentional and say it correctly. Don't be weird. And I think that we need to normalize giving a compliment to women and not expecting anything. Like, you don't need a number. You can give a genuine compliment and feel good about your day, and you can make that girl's day, whatever, you know? I feel like it's really important to really build that up, because I feel like sometimes women don't respond as often because men are catcalling, men are overly sexualizing, and I feel like those are things that we need to stop doing. And I will say, if your goal is to approach women with the intention to take them on dates, whatever it might be, I'm not a dating coach, whatever, but I will say that if you're more genuine yourself and you're not outwardly overly sexualizing people, you'll have much more success in that realm of your life. This brings me to my next point, point number 9. Old people are some of the best people to talk to, and they also have some of the most beautiful stories. You know, they've lived a full life, they've been through a lot of different things, and they have really interesting anecdotes and stories from the 70s, the 80s, whatever. I'm a baseball fan, so someone was telling me about the 70s or 80s, like Phillies. It's really important to listen, and a lot of them, they have these stories and they need people to share it with. You know, they don't socialize as much in society, and sometimes being that listening ear, you can learn a lot, and it will make your whole day just hearing how passionate about they are about these stories. And they need someone to talk to. So if there's ever an old person, don't be afraid to approach. They need someone to talk to, and they're happy to enter into conversations with you. Now, this brings me to my last point. People will reject you. Rejection is a part of the process. Not every single person you talk to will respond, and that's completely fine. What's important is understanding it has nothing to do with you, and you can't take it personal. Most times people don't respond to you. Maybe it's because they didn't hear you, number one, or number two, they're not having a good day. You know, it's mostly about their mindset, whatever. The biggest thing for you is not taking it as a rejection, taking it as, hey, if I didn't say anything, same thing would have happened. We just walk by. They'll forget you even said anything 5 seconds later, right? It's not like a big thing. So don't overly dramatize being rejected, someone not responding, and understand that it has nothing to do with you. You know, they could be having a bad day. They might not hear you, whatever it might be. Maybe they don't got time to talk. It's completely fine. They don't owe you a response, but don't take it personal. You gotta understand, you gotta take rejection in stride. You gotta be positive about it. Say, hey, even though this person didn't respond, I still went for it. I still did what I wanted to do. I still gave that compliment, but don't let it stop you, because if you let it stop you, that might stop you from being a light in someone else's day. I love both of your outfits. If you guys want more tip videos, whatever, to build more social skills, subscribe to this channel. I'm also going to be doing more vlogs. I'm going to be traveling a lot this year. I'm going to be vlogging so you guys can see a little more of my personality. But hopefully this video provides value to you so you can better socialize in your day-to-day. Yeah, appreciate you guys so much, and subscribe for more positivity. Let's go.